I'm intrigued. Is that a type that's happening here right now? You may never know. And I have chosen. And here we are, the summer challenge. And I think I'm going to be able to do it. Today's video is going to be all about Goodreads Summer Challenge. If you like reading, you know Goodreads, and Goodreads always comes up with new reading challenges every season. And this season is called Summer Challenge. Even though it's not summer in India, it's literally raining. The books that I have selected in all these achievements are books that I have on my physical TBR because I didn't want to go and buy new books because I have like an immense collection of TBR. And yeah, I want to complete all of them before I buy new books. I say that, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go for a bookathon next week again. And let's see, fingers crossed, I complete this reading challenge. Let's go. Summer challenge. Escape into summer reads and unlock new achievements. First three achievements, like always, is the same. It's called page turner, speed reader, and book boss. So first one is the page turner. You get this achievement only if you read two books. This from July 1st to September 14th. If you read three books, you get the speed reader achievement, and if you read five books, you get book pass achievement. Yeah, I don't think it's very difficult to achieve this because it doesn't include which books. You just have to read basically. The next one is called community picks. Community picks says your fellow good readers voted for this topic across our social media. Collect this achievement when you read one of these books between July 1st and September 14th. So the books that I have shortlisted for community picks is literally just one book, and it's The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Okay, so this book was my last month's TBR read, and I did not, of course, because of my reading slump. But yeah, this is the book that I have to read at least this month or the next or in September. So I think this is gonna get read in the next 2-3 months. Yeah, I'm quite positive about that. So the next achievement is called Challenge Faves, and it says collect this achievement when you read one of the most read books of the 2026 reading challenge. The books that I have shortlisted are quite a few in this particular achievement. Alice Feeney's My Husband's Wife. I've heard great things about it. I'm just going to read what's written behind. It says Eden Fox, an artist on the brink of her big break, sets off for a run before her first exhibition. When she returns to the home she recently moved into, Spyglass, an enchanting old house in the pretty seaside village of Hope Falls. What? Okay, nothing is as it should be. Her key doesn't fit. A woman eerily similar to her answers the door, and her husband insists that the stranger is his wife. What? One house, one husband, two women, someone is lying. What the actual? My husband wife is a tangled web of deception, obsession, and mystery that will keep you guessing until the last page. Prepare yourself for the ultimate mind bending marriage thriller and step inside Spyglass. If you dare to experience a story where nothing is as it seems. Girl, what? Okay, I want to read this. So the next one is another book that I have been hoping to read. If you already know, The Wedding People by Alison S. Park. And I know the story. I know everyone loves it. But for some reason, I'm still stuck. Anyway, so yeah, I did do a little better than last time. Oh yeah, I'm on page 89. I'm fairly positive that the reading slump is slowly fading and I'm gonna be able to finish this. I'm just gonna quickly read the blurb. It says Phoebe Stone arrives at a grand beachside hotel in Rhode Island wearing her best dress and least comfortable shoes. Immediately, she's mistaken for one of the wedding people, but she's actually the only guest at the Cornwall Inn who isn't here for the big event. When the bride discovers her elaborate destination wedding could be ruined by a divorced and depressed stranger, she's furious. Lila has spent months accounting for every detail and every possible disaster, except for, well, Phoebe. Soon both women find their best laid plans derailed and an unlikely confidant in one another. Hilarious and moving, The Wedding People is an irresistible novel about love, friendship, dysfunctional families, and the unexpected paths that lead to happiness. Next one is called The Housemaid. Everyone knows this, and yes, I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna read it. I don't know when. The movie is on Prime Video. I don't know when I'll be able to watch, but this time I want to read the book. It says, "Welcome to the family." Nina Winchester says as I shake her elegant manicured hand. I smile politely, gazing around the marble hallway. Walking here is my last chance to start fresh. I can pretend to be whoever I like. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I collect their daughter from school. I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up. How she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how Andrew, her husband, seems more broken every day. Ooh. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I soon learned that the Winchester secrets are far more dangerous than my own. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once. Just to see what it's like, but she soon found out. And by the time I realized my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. I reassure myself though, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. My good lord. Ooh, creepy. Creepy. Yeah, okay. I had no idea of all this. I just knew there was Sydney Sweeney in it, and Amanda, and a few more. I'm trying not to think of how these characters look, but yeah, I'm gonna have to read. The next book in Challenge Faves is called The Silent Patient. Again, another anticipated read. I've just bought it but haven't read it. I'm gonna read the blurb. It says, Alicia Berenson lived a seemingly perfect life until one day 6 years ago when she shot her husband in the head 5 times. Huh? Since then, she hasn't spoken a single word. It's time to find out why. Is that a type that's happening here right now? The next one is another anticipatory read that I've wanted to read since years now, but I never got a chance to, or I was too overwhelmed to read. It's called The Song of Achilles. Yeah, I know. I have to. The blurb says Greece in the age of heroes. Patroclus, an awkward young prince, has been exiled to the court of King Peleus and his perfect son Achilles. Despite their differences, Achilles befriends the shamed prince, and as they grow into young men skilled in the arts of war and medicine, their bond blossoms into something deeper. Despite the displeasure of Achilles' mother Thetis, a cruel sea goddess. But when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, Achilles must go to war in distant Troy and fulfill his destiny. Torn between love and fear for his friend, Patroclus goes with him, little knowing that the years that follow will test everything they hold dear. Oh my god. Oh my. I'm gonna cry in this, aren't I? I'm definitely gonna cry in this. Honestly, a book like this, you really have to be prepared and give it like all the respect that you can. And I want to do justice to it, so I'm just gonna hold back and not read this at the moment. But I'm gonna read it this year for sure. The next book is called Piranesi by Susanna Clark, a YA small book. I have no idea what it says. It's got 245 pages. I'm just going to read the blurb. It says, the messages begin to appear, scratched out in chalk on the pavements. There is someone new in the house. But who are they and what do they want? Lost texts must be found. Secrets must be uncovered. The world that Peter Nessie thought he knew is becoming strange and dangerous. The beauty of the house is immeasurable, its kindness infinite. Ooh, what? I'm confused. What is it? Who is Peter Nessie? So beautiful, the cover. Stunning, beautiful cover. I'm intrigued. I am genuinely intrigued. I want to read this. Okay, I might. I like it. All right. On to the next one, and the last book that I have for Challenge Faves is called Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Let's read the blurb. In one of the most acclaimed novels of recent years, Kazuo Ishiguro imagines the lives of a group of students growing up in a darkly skewed version of contemporary England. Narrated by Kathy, now 31, Never Let Me Go dramatizes her attempts to come to terms with her childhood at the seemingly idyllic Hailsham School and with the fate that has always awaited her and her closest friends in the wider world. A story of love, friendship, and memory, Never Let Me Go is charged throughout with a sense of fragility of life. Okay, interesting. Shall read it. And no, the last book from Challenge Faves is called Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. Well, I can say proudly that I have completed 50% or more than that of this book. I'm on page 195 currently, and I think in a couple of days or two, I'll be finishing the entire book. Completing Challenge Faves as an achievement. But am I happy about it? I don't think so. I have yet to have like a connection with the book, and I'm not really a fan of Debbie, but yeah. Anyway, I'm just completing the book because it's not a bad book. Genuinely, it's a decent book, and time and time again, Frida McFadden's books have always got me out of a reading slump, and this is another one that is literally helping me come out of it. So I'm going to complete this book for sure and complete Challenge Faves achievement. Yay! All right. Anyway, so that's that. The next achievement in Goodreads Summer Challenge is called Chart Toppers, and it says collect this achievement when you read one of these hit new books from the first half of the year. A lot of selections in this achievement as well, but only two books that I have selected are the books that I have in my physical TBR. The books are similar to the ones in Challenge Faves category. The first one is Alice Feeney's My Husband's Wife, which I really want to read, and the second book is Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden, which I've already said I've completed 50% of. When I do click that I've read this book, both of these achievements are gonna get selected. So that way, yes, Challenge Faves and Chart Toppers is gonna be completed by Frida McFadden's Dear Debbie. So that's that. Which I'm happy about because that way I do get to read other books from the other categories. But I do wish I had read this book instead. Let's move on to the next category. It's called Staff Shelves. It says collect this achievement when you read one of our staff recommendations. We have a lot of selection again for this category as well. And they have mentioned who's who and which books they have selected. So I have two books, and the first one is The Wedding People by Alison Espark. I have read the blurb already. I'm going to tell you who has selected this book from their staff. It's by Abby Abel. She's a senior editor at Amazon Books Editorial. She says, at the end of the day, my favorite books are the ones that surprise me, whether by transporting me to a place I could never have imagined, making me laugh unexpectedly, often too loudly and in public, or holding me hostage with a story that takes my breath away. While these books may seem quite different, and they are, each one whisked me away somewhere new and surprised me with its depth, humor, magic, and grace. And the next book that I have on my physical TBR from this category is Piranesi. Again, another one from the Challenge Faves category. The book has been selected by the staff member. His name is Nate Taggart. He's a Goodreads senior policy manager. He says, in a world that feels increasingly fragmented and frightening, these books, from the mystical to the maritime to the cosmic to the catastrophic, remind us of the extraordinary range of human experience and our ability to find meaning even in the face of the incomprehensible. That's beautiful. The book definitely explains this. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this to complete this particular category, but I am intrigued, like genuinely intrigued. You may never know, I might just read this book instead of The Wedding People, but let's see. Like I said, I am a mood reader through and through, so you never know. You'll have to watch the next vlog. Okay, so the next category is called Worlds Away, and it says collect this achievement when you read one of these popular fantasy and sci-fi books. And the book that I have chosen is literally none. I have 0 books in that category on my physical TBR. That means I'm gonna have to buy a book, which is not what I decided I was gonna do. So I am a little confused. I think I'm gonna do that only in September because I do not want to really buy a book for a category. And if I am able to finish this entire challenge, I'm gonna go and buy it just because I want to finish this entire challenge. Alright, so the next category is called Fact or Fiction. It says the past awaits. Collect this achievement when you read one of these historical fiction or non-fiction books. There are quite a lot of books here and some really great books. There is this one book called Small Things Like These. I have the audiobook for it, so I might just consider listening to the audiobook. Yeah, that's the book I've selected for Fact or Fiction. Alright, moving on to the last category that's opened at the moment. Today is July 15th and it just opened. Literally Summer. It says, collect this achievement when you read one of these books with Summer in the title. I was surprised. You will not believe it. I was super surprised that there are so many books that have summer in their title. Literally so many books. I was just scrolling and I'm like, what? What are you telling me? So many? Surprisingly, only book that I have with summer in the title is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, and I bought this book literally last week in a crossword bookathon for 50% off. Not knowing, not knowing this at all that it's going to be a part of this category for Goodreads, and I'm so glad I did because I generally just saw the cover. I saw the author's name, and it's actually a friend of mine, Kimaya, loves her writing, and she kept telling me that she's a great author, she's a great author, and I was like, okay, let me just pick a book. And luckily, she doesn't have this book, so I'm glad I picked this up because it's right there, summer, and this is gonna help me complete literally summer of the Goodreads Summer Challenge. Alright, so that's about it. There's one more category which hasn't opened yet. It's only opening on August 1st. So I will probably add that thing later in one of my other vlogs, maybe like an update video of the books that I've read till then. I'm going to quickly tell you the books that I have selected for the Goodreads Summer Challenge. The first one is called Community Picks category, and I have selected the book The Secret History by Donna Tartt. The next category is called Challenge Faves, and the book that I have selected for that category is called Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. The next category is Chart Toppers, and the book that I have selected for that is again Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden, because once I do complete reading this book, that book is going to automatically be selected for both these categories. So I can't help it. So the next category is called Staff Shelves, and the book that I have selected for that is The Wedding People by Alison Espa. Right, so the next category is called Worlds Away, and because I do not have any books right now in my physical TBR for that category, I think I'm gonna do that only in September. And if I am able to finish this entire challenge, I'm gonna go and buy it just because I want to finish this entire challenge. Next category is Fact or Fiction. It's gonna be the audiobook Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. So last but not the least, the category is literally summer. Is gonna be the book It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. These are the books that I have shortlisted, selected for my Goodreads Summer Challenge. Let me know if you are doing the Summer Challenge as well, or if you have attempted the previous challenges of Goodreads and how well you've done in it, how badly you've done in it, or you're just horrible at it like me. I would love to hear it. And if you are currently doing this, please let me know the books that you have selected. And if this helps, let me know as well. All right, see you in the next vlog. Bye.